I love this quote from Charles Spurgeon. "Beware, I pray thee, of presuming that thou art saved. If thy heart be renewed, if thou shalt hate the things that thou did once love, and love the things that thou didst once hate, if thou hast really repented, if there be a thorough change of mind in thee, if thou be born again, then hast thou reason to rejoice. But if there is no vital change, no inward godliness, if there be no love to God, no prayer, no work of the Holy Spirit, then thy saying, I am saved, is but thine own assertion, and it may delude, but it will not deliver thee." Isn't that a great statement? That's what we're talking about this morning, and that's the concern this morning. Are you truly born again? Let's go through these components of the new birth, and as we are going through these, I believe, if I'm remembering right, there's 5 of them. I want you to examine your own heart and life this morning. Do you know, and are you convinced in your own heart, I am born again by the Spirit of God? One of the most important things, I think one of the most enjoyable things about being born again is that communion with God is restored. Aren't you glad you've got a friend, a confidant that is always there, and you talk to him and he talks to you? I just pray that you really, that this communication, this two-way communication between you and God, I just pray that it really flourishes and grows in your life. And don't let Satan lie to you and bring doubts into your mind of, oh, you're just hearing things, but that's not really God, or you think you're hearing things, but it's not real. God longs to talk to you, and He longs to talk to you far more than we're willing to hear most of the time. Accept it by faith. Look here at Isaiah chapter 30, verse 20. He, your teacher, referring to God, will no longer hide Himself. Referring to the time in Israel and in Judah when they would sin, and He had to separate Himself from the sin. And He's saying now, when this new covenant comes, He won't any longer be hidden, but your eyes will behold your teacher. He'll be there with you throughout life. Any moment of any day, 24/7, 365 days out of the year. At any second, at any moment, maybe even this very second, you can cry out to God in your heart and say, Father, I need you. Help me. Speak to me. And your eyes will behold your teacher. He's ever present with you. And your ears will hear a word behind you. That phrase, hear a word behind you, you hear His voice, you sense His voice, but there's nothing in the physical that you see or observe. It's just this voice that's in your heart. It's God speaking to you, and He says what? This is the way, walk in it. And it's learning how to walk in absolute submission and obedience to that voice. Are you born again? Not do you hear voices, but do you hear the voice of the Holy Spirit? Do you have a two-way communication with Him?